A fifth set in men's tennis is the ultimate battleground, where champions are separated from contenders, where stamina, grit, and belief outshine raw talent. And right now, no one owns that battlefield like Carlos Alcaraz. In the grandest theater of all, the 2025 Roland Garros final, Alcaraz once again stepped into the fire and walked out a champion. For 5.5 grueling hours, he went toe-to-toe with his greatest rival, Jannik Sinner. The scoreboard tells its own tale: 4-6, 6-7, 4, 6-4, 7-6, 3, 7-6, 2. But those numbers only scratch the surface of what this match meant. It was a clash of giants. A duel that tested the limits of endurance, skill, and nerve. And when the dust finally settled on the red clay of Paris, it was Alcaraz who stood tallest, lifting his 5th Grand Slam trophy, his 2nd consecutive crown at Roland Garros. But this wasn't just about another major title. It was about the mental fortress Alcaraz has built inside himself, particularly in the most brutal, unforgiving set in tennis, the 5th. With this latest win, the 22-year-old Spaniard elevated his career 5-set record to an astonishing 13 wins and only 1 loss. That's a 92.9% success rate, the highest in history among players who've competed in at least 10 5-set matches at Grand Slam level. That's not just consistency. That's dominance under pressure. That's mastery of survival. That's championship DNA. Alcaraz has become the modern standard for 5th-set tennis. When most players wear down, tighten up, or start to doubt, he finds another gear, physically, mentally, emotionally. And he knows it. In the 5th set, I think I increase my tennis, my level, Alcaraz explained after his victory. I feel great physically and that helps a lot to play more calmly than the opponent. There it is, calm under chaos. While others burn fuel, Alcaraz builds confidence. His belief doesn't just rise in the final stretch, it surges. I feel much better than the opponent physically and mentally, he continued. I know that the other guy has to play at a really high level of tennis and intensity in the 5th set if he wants to beat me. Think about that. He's not reacting to pressure, he's applying it. He's walking into the final set with the belief that his opponent will have to do something near superhuman to take it from him. That's not arrogance. That's preparation meeting opportunity. That's the voice of a player who has embraced suffering and come out stronger. I'm playing with the stats that I just lost 1 match in the 5th set, he said. That's an advantage for me. He's not just aware of the numbers, he draws power from them. He walks into 5th sets with history on his side, with memory as his armor. Alcaraz has turned the 5th set into his playground, not a survival test, but a proving ground. From Wimbledon to New York to Paris, he has thrived when the stakes are highest. And it's not by chance. His training, his mindset, his recovery, everything is built for the long haul. When you watch Alcaraz in the 5th, you don't see fatigue. You see fire. You see a player who tightens his focus as the match unravels into chaos. You see a player who breathes deeper, moves faster, and swings freer. You see a player who knows that if it comes down to one final set, he's already halfway to victory, because few can hang with him in that final stretch. His 5th set mentality is unmatched. It's a psychological weapon, honed over time, reinforced with every comeback, every long rally, every tiebreaker won in the dark. That's what makes him dangerous. Because the opponent doesn't just have to beat Alcaraz, they have to beat the version of Alcaraz that gets better as the match gets tougher. In the 2025 French Open final, Sinner came agonizingly close. He had 3 championship points, 3 golden chances to shut the door. And each time, Alcaraz said no. Not today. Not yet. And once he survived that storm, the rest felt inevitable. Because once you let Alcaraz into a 5th set, you're stepping into his kingdom. And he defends his throne like a warrior. What we're witnessing with Carlos Alcaraz isn't just the rise of another great player. It's the emergence of a new kind of champion, one who doesn't just win with talent, but with tenacity. He doesn't rely on history. He makes it. And with every 5th set triumph, he's building a legacy that may one day rival the greatest of all time. But even if that day is still years away, one thing is already certain: when a match reaches its climax, when nerves are frayed and legs are heavy, there's no one more dangerous than Carlos Alcaraz. Because when it matters most, he doesn't flinch. He flourishes. And that, more than anything, is why he's becoming the ultimate closer in men's tennis. He's rewriting the rules of the fifth set. He's redefining what it means to finish strong. And if this trend continues, the rest of the field may have to find new ways to beat him, because hoping to outlast him in 5. That's no longer a strategy. That's a gamble. And history tells us, it's one you're likely to lose.